So hello and welcome to a Film Mixologist. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video on, well, this unit that I've got here. This is a Holley Marine unit, 2-barrel carb, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use this unit as an example of common issues that you can find on marine carbs. So let me bring you slightly closer so I can show you what I'm on about. Okay, so this carb, obviously marine carbs, because they're so sometimes they run in salty water and that kind of stuff. They tend to corrode a lot more than what would be a carb. So you can see here that these plates are kind of quite rusty, but actually it's not too bad, the condition it's in, because at least the shaft spins quite freely. One of the things that can happen with marine carbs is that the shaft seizes up, and that can be slightly complicated to fix. Let's have a look. This is the accelerator pump is quite kind of hard, so probably all the rubber in here is a bit hard, so that can also happen with marine carbs. And you can see this unit is actually pretty decent. I mean, I've seen much worse, and there's a little bit of dirt here, but not a lot. And then the metering block is more or less okay. You can see some corrosion in the power valve, and yeah, it is quite so look, if I can take this off. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this off first before I show you inside the power valve. Okay, so what I was saying, you can see here, this is the base plate. You can see the corrosion kind of much better here at the top of the kind of throttle plate, so this will need complete disassembly. The metering block is not too bad. Obviously the this gasket will need kind of complete kind of stripping this gasket off, which is a bit of a pain. It's a complete pain. Let's have a look at the idle mixture screws, because sometimes they can corrode inside the metering block. These are actually okay. This for marine carb, this is actually quite good. It's quite a good unit. It's got kind of annular discharge boosters, and you can see there's also a bit of corrosion here. Look, it's coming off straight from there. But apart from that, it's going to be quite a nice unit. I think I can make it. I can kind of make it live again. Look at this, disgusting. Anyway, I need to now completely disassemble it, and I'm going to start the process of cleaning by putting it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Okay, so now I managed to get this unit like completely toned down to its component parts. So now what I need to do is I need to show you the bits that can be problematic in the marine unit, the rest of the bits, that is. So let's start with here, fuel bowl. So sometimes there could be some corrosion in the fuel bowl here, the aluminium. In this case, this particular unit is okay. The only thing that had a bit of corrosion is this little bit here, but this will clean off really well. This is the float. There can be some corrosion here, especially if water mixes with fuel. Again, this unit hasn't got it, thankfully. You could see from the previous video that the throttle plates were a bit not great. so they will need a bit of attention. I'll show you a technique to bring them back around. The throttle shaft, luckily I got it just in time, because I think given a bit more, this would have started freezing frozen solid inside the unit, so that wouldn't have been very good. As you can see, there is some corrosion in here, so this will need to be cleaned up. But I think overall we got this unit kind of before some serious corrosion and decay kind of set in. This got actually annular discharge venturis, which is quite amazing. Obviously the gasket, I need to still grind it out a bit, but that will come. And I took out the good old J pipe here. Sometimes I mean, this one is okay, but sometimes they can have a bit of corrosion around here. What I did find though is, hopefully you can see it there, I don't know if you can see it there, there is some debris in there. So obviously the metering block, some of the metering block might be blocked, so this is going to need a bit of an ultrasonic cleaning. And the choke mechanism, this might actually probably be okay. I mean, I need to test it, but it seems like it's okay. So all in all, this is the kind of all the areas. Wait, I forgot one, which in this particular carb isn't, but if you look here, this is the accelerator pump, and the accelerator pump has a check valve inside there, and that check valve can sometimes corrode in place. In this particular case it wasn't. I just turned it around and it falls straight out, and it fell straight out. So that's okay, but that's another area that could be kind of problematic. So I think I've gone through the main areas of things that could kind of be problematic in the carbs. Now what I need to do is get this unit out and start basically cleaning, restoring. Sorry, before I forget, this is an area that can really hurt marine carbs, which is the accelerator pump arm. It sometimes tends to corrode here, and what it does is that it makes it difficult for the accelerator pump to move freely. So I think that's the final area on marine carbs that can be problematic. Okay, so now we're moving on to, okay, we've rehearsed all the problems of marine carbs. Now we're gonna be moving into actually how do we fix them. So the parts have been marinating pretty much all day. I'll show you a bit closer up what the solution is, but basically it is water and the Carb Rebuilder's secret weapon, TFR, or truck wash as it is called. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get each individual part with this thing called soap fill pad. I always buy the supermarket quality one, and then I have this and this, and hopefully with all those things together I can get these things to be clean enough so that then they can go on the blasting cabinet, and I'll carry on with the process there. But it's very important to get this bit right, and because it makes the blasting process much easier if I get this bit right. So I'll show you first what it looks like after it's been the whole day. So you can see in there this. So there's obviously a lot of, and you can see all the debris at the bottom of the tank. So obviously the cleaning agent has worked. So now the only thing I need to do is to clean these bits up and away we go. Okay, so now I'm in a position where I need to start doing the base plate of the unit. As you can see, this is being masked off and it's being painted. The reason I try to paint this on its own is because sometimes there are bits here and here and here where there are kind of nooks and crannies, and sometimes it's very difficult when the unit is fully assembled to paint them properly. The other thing I've done is I've slightly kind of refaced this so that the metering block sits better. It's not that it was warped or anything, but just in case, I decided to give it a little skim, just in case. But it should be fine. Probably it should have been fine as it was. So now what I need to do is I need to take the tape off and start building the base plate, and I'll show you a few bits around the base plate once I do it, which basically is that the throttle plates have been chemically blackened. I use a kit from Frost Auto Restoration, and actually I've been using for years, and it's done very good service. So now that I've got the shaft and the throttle plates restored, I can move on to building the unit. Okay, so now we've got this unit masked up, and obviously the base plate has been painted before, but now I need to paint everything else. And obviously the areas that I don't want paint to go through, I mask them up, and that includes also kind of the base plate here. So the technique is I generally tend to start from the bottom, and then I turn it around, and then I carry on painting. So I'll show you in a minute how it's done. So here it is. This is the finished article, and as you can see, the paint has been a bit slapped on, but that's fine. It's not a kind of Salvador Dali job. I mean, this is mainly to protect it from the elements, from the salt, from the humidity. So this carb is now ready to go, and it's ready to hit the waves. So look out for it on an internet auction site next to you. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next episode.